Hi, this is Amy with Gerrie Electric, and I wanted to give you a walkthrough of our Rockwell Automation on the Move event that's happening tomorrow. Today's July 23rd, so tomorrow, July 24th and 25th, here at Bingaman's in Kitchener. So if you take a look around, this is the venue, and I'm going to walk us in through these doors, which will bring us into the show floor. So let's go on and see who's at the booths. So as you walk in, you're going to want to register right when you get into the event. So when you walk in and you turn right here, you'll see our registration and welcome desk. There's Yasha. And then you'll be able to register here at these booths. So you'll hop onto here and click touch here, search by name. You'll type in your name and you'll be able to print up your badge and grab your lanyard. So let's go ahead and walk through the show floor and we'll see what we've got here. I'm going to take you through right now the Rockwell booths, and then a bit later we'll post a video and I'll walk you through the Encompass partner booths as well. So we're coming up here to the Gerrie Electric booth. Let's see what we've got. Gary.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Rockwell Automation on the Move tomorrow.
And then we've got Dave Skokie, who's our motion specialist. What do you got here, Dave?
Hi, Amy. My name's David. We have a brand new Fanuc Robot that Gerrie Electric is going to start providing to customers. It's what we call a collaborative robot. It basically, it's not a heavy-duty machine like you'd see in an automobile factory. This is for this will help with ergonomic movements and stuff like that. It'll basically replace an operator arm with highly repetitive and basically movements that are hard on the body. And right now we don't have any end effector here. We just brought it to the show this year just to show off the movement and how easy and free it is to set up and program. So we're pretty excited about it, and we hope we get a lot of great response out of it.
Cool, thank you, Dave. And we're going to go over here and say hi to Manan. Manan, how's it going? And Manan's been setting up and programming this robot for us. So this is your first on the move, right,
Yeah,
Manan?
this is the first on move, and we have the robot sticks. We also have the emergency stop right on the stick, and what we can do is this is one of the first robot that has the vision to it, and we can able to track it down certain objects, and we can code a function block diagram. Very easiest. Non-technical people can also code this within like seconds, so it's good.
Perfect, thanks, Manan. And if you walk over here, again, I just came in the doors and came right to the left. We've got our Caroline Martin. And Caroline, you're going to be manning this booth throughout the whole fair?
I am. I will be here for the next 2 days manning the booth and saying hello to everyone who comes by.
All right, feel free to stop by when you come in and say hello to Caroline. All right, we're going to walk around and head on over to some of the other booths. So when you go here, you've got our MCC booth. So we're taking a look at our centerline MCCs. And we've got our John Zekaris here. He's our product manager for MCCs and drives. How's it going, John?
Good, how are you all?
I'm good. So can you tell us a bit about this demo?
Yeah, so basically a two-section motor control center. It's an intelligent MCC on Ethernet IP. Connects back to our integrated architecture Logixx-based system. Certainly we got all kinds of various buckets in here. So we have drives, soft starters, power monitoring, safety enabled MCC from our perspective for personnel with Arc Shield, and Secure Connect, which is just a technology where you can basically remove a bucket while the whole MCC is powered too.
Hey, cool, what's this? What's this blinking for?
Yeah, that's basically a power indicator light that we offer also as an option. It's made by one of our partners, and before you get into a bucket or take a look at anything, you can tell if power is present or not.
Cool, thanks, John. And right next to our MCCs, we've got our drives. So we've got all our PowerFlex drives here, and we've got Adrian. Adrian, say hello.
Amy. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, we're here. We have our PowerFlex 500 family in here. We can show you some great features for these drives. We can talk about the automatic device configuration. We can show you how easy it's working and how easy it is to replace a drive. So come see all for yourself.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Adrian. Let's walk on over and see who else we can see. So I'm gonna head down here. When I get around the corner, we'll see our visualization booth here. And this is actually the booth that you're gonna find me at for most of the show. So if you're looking for me, just come in right straight back. So as we go through the visualization booth here, we'll see we've got our panel view 5000, sorry, and 5500 terminals. There's a 5510s and 5310s. We've got our mobile view. There's a 5310 up there. We've also got larger size panel views here. We've got our thin clients, and then we've also got our VersaView units. They're just in the middle of calibrating these now. They're not quite up yet because again, nothing's open yet. So down there we've got our thin client as well. That's the VersaView 6200T-NA. So I'm gonna walk over here to our thin manager booth, and I've got Justin Ranger. How's it going, Justin?
Hey, how are you?
And what are you doing here the next 2 days, Justin?
I'll be demoing the thin manager booth for everybody. You're welcome to stop by anytime and we'll show you what it's got to offer.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Justin. So on the thin manager here, we've got the mobile view thin client, as well as we've got some VersaViews up here, a panel view to use to shadow it. We've got the 2 units down here, so we can show you swapping over the 2 units. We've also got some RFID badges, so we can swap out these different users for the screen. And as well, we've got a camera up there, so you can smile and see yourself on camera as we go through. Okay, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna head over here. We've got a little demo with a Fanuc Robot. So I'll see if I can find someone a little later to explain this to you. And then I'm gonna head back. Oh, sorry.
Mitchell looks lonely.
Oh, Mitchell. Mitchell Page, how you doing? Hey. Gary put you under the spot here.
Oh, okay.
So what are you doing for the fair for the next 2 days, Mitchell?
For the next 2 days, I'm going to be assisting this gentleman from Samson Controls. Samson is one of our newest partners, and having them online with their control valves rounds out our whole process portfolio to give a total solution.
Perfect, thanks. I'm gonna head just down here and we're gonna take a look at our IC guys. We've got Joe Daly and Dan Hashi, and they're gonna explain some of the IC components down here. And it looks like we've got Ed Koopman as well. Hi, Ed, Joe, Dan.
Hello. Hey, Amy, how you doing?
All right, Dan, can you explain a little bit about what you've got here?
These are disconnects, panel disconnects, and here's a new line, smaller kind, that go in to the front end, non-fused. These are our load switches for isolation, and then here's our main featured product, which is the 194Rs. Which a great feature on this product is that you can take and use control power. So you can put this in test mode. You can cut your main power, take away, and then you just have your control power. And then you come over to this wall, which is our IO Link, which is smart devices on machines, right? So, and then the new IO blocks we have, IO Masters, for our smart devices and sensors that go into your PLC platform.
What's this thing doing, Dan?
That thing is just detecting through the sensors.
Oh, so look at this. They're all lighting up as the boxes go down. Let's follow one.
And let's follow one.
Hey.
And then you got funky little things up here that shows it on, off, on, off. You take this little thingy here and kind of go like this and you'll see. Oh, then Joe goes and changes.
All right, thanks, Dan. Joe, can you show me another screen over here?
Well, this is the demo for the E300 overload relays. It just shows the different options of how the overload relays are mounted. So we got everything from simply DIN mounted, also combinations with the new 100E contactors as well. These have frame sizes up to 200 amps. Also, we show the E1 Plus overload relay with an Ethernet sidecar. So this is all around our connected enterprise. Also, we're showing here the active mature product, which is actually the E3 Plus, but it's being replaced by the E300. This is also on DeviceNet, as you can see. This is actually using the E3 Plus emulation mode. So as far as DeviceNet is concerned, this guy, although physically is an E300, it only sees an E3 Plus, and it also shows the NEMA option as well.
Perfect, thanks, Joe. I just want to apologize right now. I'm realizing that I'm filming people from an odd angle. I'm really short. I'm 5'2", me and my buddy Dan here.
I'm tall.
So Joe's actually been filmed from a terribly unflattering angle. I might have to start holding it up higher as we get to higher people or taller people.
There's a whole rack of components, booths that are here. So here we have our signal conditioning line. as well as the power supply line, showing the different options for our various different power supplies, the entire power supply family. And this is my personal favorite, and this is the command and indication booth.
Ooh, there's lots of pretty lights on this one.
Yes, this is very interactive. It's basically shows all the different push button and operator options as well, and also the signaling options that are also available for.
Very cool. So when people come up, they're going to be able to switch all these and push all the buttons, right?
And I said it's a very interactive display. I mean, some of the EStops will actually turn off whole sections.
Cool.
Yeah. For instance, if I take, this is the 800B line. My apologies. This is our 16 millimeter. This is the smallest button offering. Just by pressing the EStop, I can basically turn off all the lights there. So, you know, it's a great little booth to have some fun with and enjoy. Also, lots of noise and buzzing devices as well.
That's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to walk around. I'll pitch up with you in again. All right, so let's head over here and we're going to look at our different controllers up on this booth. Right, so we can take a look. We've got our Control Logixx chassis. We've got an L8 safety processor here, as well as our 1756. This is new safety I/O. Down here, we've got our Flex 5000 safety I/O and the new Flex 5000 platform. And I believe when I move over a little bit, we'll be able to see our Compact 5000 safety I/O, which is on this safety PLC. So we now have in-chassis safety I/O on this Compact Logixx. And then down here, we've got our Point I/O that hasn't gone anywhere, so we still have safety Point Guard I/O down here. So let's take a look at the other side, to the other side of the networking wall here. So we're gonna walk around, and here we're gonna see a whole bunch of products. Let me give you a full view of this from our Stratus portfolio. So we've got some new products here on display, which I'm really excited for. This is the Stratus 5800. So this unit is actually 2 pieces, and it goes up to 26 ports. So 10 ports here on the main switch, and then an additional 16 here on the supplementary. And we've got all 26 ports here, and all the features of the Stratus 5700, which is incredibly popular, and now they're all gigabit, and you've got that expandability. Right over here, we've got our security appliances, the 5950, 5700, some newer controllers down here as well. And as well, if you take a look at the cables that you're seeing between these switches, they're actually PRP capable switches. They can work as a red box, so you can have your singly attached nodes down here, you can have your doubly attached nodes for PRP, all the way down here. So PRP is fairly new when it comes to industrial automation. We typically haven't used that before. For redundancy, you'll see a lot of DLR out there, or maybe mesh architectures. So PRP is really starting to increase its presence and its foothold. So you'll start to see a lot more about this. So if you want to see some of the architectures or talk to someone, this would be a great place to get more information. So I'm going to head over here, and we've got some more products here. You can see we're highlighting the Compact Logixx, the new 5380 or 5069 bulletin number Compact Logixx, which is capable of having the dual IP mode. So you've got 2 NICs. If we go all the way down here, let's see if I can get a good shot. And with the 2 NICs, you'll be able to have 2 separate IP addresses, 1 on each port. Okay, we've got our Armor Stratus switch here. This is for on-machine switch, so if you don't have a cabinet nearby, similar to our on-machine I/O that you would put, you know, your I/O on the outside of the machine, you're able to run these M12 data cables into an Armor Stratus switch. Okay, so now from here, we're gonna go take a look at this booth, which I think Ed Koopman is working on. So he's taking a look, and they're actually recognizing QR codes with this sensor here. So I'm gonna move us on to our next display, and I've run into Dan again, Dan Hashey.
Hey, you just keep coming around.
You can't get rid of me. What's going on with this?
What's going on with this stuff? Oh, you'd have to ask this gentleman back here.
Hey, how's it going, Todd?
Good, how are you?
Sorry to spring this on you, but why are the lights changing? What's with all the water? What's it doing?
Color sensor, so we detect the different colored devices on the conveyor, and when it sees the different color devices, it changes the light accordingly. So this is a demonstration of our IO-Link smart sensor capability.
Oh, that's neat. So when this green one comes, our water's going to get lit up green.
Exactly.
And you're using the IO Master up here on the Point IO?
IO-Link Master and an IO-Link hub.
And these IO-Link hubs are new, right?
Correct.
Look at that, we've got a new sticker on them and everything. Thanks, Todd. And finally, let's go take a look. Oh, that's a lot of contactors.
Amy?
Hey, Joe.
How are you?
I'm good, long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. It was about 3 minutes ago. Well, okay, so what this is basically just showing the entire motor contactor line that Rockwell offers, in both in the IEC world, everything from the miniatures to the ever famous and most popular 100C line, plus its various accessories, auxiliary contacts, pneumatic timers, all that good stuff. And then you have the larger 100E. So there's basically one of every frame size here of the 100E contactors. And then over here, of course, is the tried and true traditional NEMA contactors. So we got everything from the definite purpose, which are great for your resistive type loads. And then, of course, you got the tried and true, very large industrial horsepower NEMA contactors, and then of various different sizes. And then you've also got some of the much more larger sizes of the of the NEMA contactors and some of the different configurations here.
And what's with the new sticker? What's new here?
This is actually some of the new. These are the solid state contactors. So these are the new 156C solid state contactors, and as well, so we have the new starting torque controller. So just gives you a little bit of a ramp, like basically behaving somewhat like a soft starter, but not quite. It just controls the torque as you start it. So I'm kind of demonstrating it right now. So there's a bit of a delay on the starting of the motor.
Cool, thanks, Joe. And just a note, this is spinning a lot faster than you see in the camera. It's actually going so fast I can't see the logo, but the refresh rate on the camera is a bit slower, so it looks like it's stopping and starting. Thanks, Joe. I'm just going to move on up here. Karun, Gary, hello. And then we've got Mark Carmout, who just loves being on camera. And then hopefully I'll have a chance just to take you up here to our IA wall, and then we'll be able to take a look at our process panel where we can see some migration strategies. So we've got a panel view 5000 here, more of our safety IO. Now we have safety IO on 4 different platforms. Okay, we've got our Stratus 8000 in there, our 1715 redundant IO, our dynamics measurement modules in here. And then we can see we actually have our Factory Talk analytics for devices. We've got our Shelby unit here. We've got a phone for our Factory Talk Team 1 platform, the app, another phone there so you can play with it. And then down here in the cabinet, we actually have our Factory Talk analytics for unit, which is now called Logixx AI and was previously called Project Sherlock during development. So if you've heard of any of those or you want to take a look at the module itself, this is the booth right in the center. So finally, I'm going to head on over to our process area. So let me head right straight through here. And this is our process booth. And we've got Varun Khanna who can walk us through what we see here. Varun.
Hey, hi Amy, how you doing?
I'm good. What can you show us here?
Well, here we're at the migrations and conversions area, so it's pretty cool what's going on here. We've got a whole bunch of different migration and conversion demonstrations here. In this particular case, you're looking at the Slick 500 to Compact Logixx migration series with the new migration kits that we've got, which is very similar to the PLC5 migration kits with the pre-wired cables that come on there and use the same footprint as your existing PLC.
Oh, that's neat. So I can just pull this right out. It goes to a cable behind.
Yep.
And we can actually reuse our same wiring from our Slick 500.
Exactly. The idea is to pull out the Slick 500 to leave the field wiring, mount the Compact Logixx on top, and have the cables go in between the existing field wiring and the new Compact Logixx 1734 IO.
Cool, let's take a look at the other side. Oh, let's say hello to Majid.
Hi.
He's with our Gerrie process group. And what's your role?
Actually, I'm with the Mitch. I'm staying here and...
So as part of the process group, you're our instrumentation technician, right?
Yeah, process.
So you're working with a lot of the E&H instrumentation
Absolutely.
and the team?
Yeah.
All right, so Varun, what do we have here?
Well, here on this side, we've got our PLC5 to Control Logixx migration kit, where we've got our existing PLC5 racks on here. And as you can see with the Control Logixx kit, you can see in behind what we've got, where you can pull off the wiring arms of the PLC5, install the conversion kit, and then go through with these pre-wired cables down here, and mount the Control Logixx right in front, hook up the cables, and you're good to go.
Hey, that's cool. So that's the exact same footprint. You don't need to retrofit or move anything in the panel. So these come right off, go back here and wire up to that.
Exactly right.
Crazy. And what's that last piece before we have to go?
Up here, we've got some DCS conversion tools as well. So up here, we've got a DCS, a Bailey NP90 rack with the CIU and all of the controllers that are in there. And over here, we've got the control Logixx that we're going to be converting to. Down here, we have what the Bailey system calls the termination units, where we've got the field wiring coming in here up at these terminals up here, and then there's a pre-wired cable that goes back into the Bailey system. So when we do the conversion, what we end up doing is removing these cables and installing the cables into the control Logixx system so that the I/O is now flowing into the control Logixx.
And this here, this is for blood pressure, this little cuff?
Absolutely. So it's basically what you got to do is if you got to keep measuring your blood pressure while you're doing your conversion just to make sure that everything's on track.
And of course your blood pressure will stay low because doing this conversion is so incredibly easy, right?
You got it.
Look at that, there's barely anything there. Thanks, Varun. All right, so we're just gonna leave the show floor. We'll have another video for you a bit later showing our Encompass partners as we go around the room. And as you walk out this show floor, I'm just gonna show you where we're gonna have lunch. Just in case you're curious, as you leave the show floor, we've got signs here, and lunch is actually out these doors and across the hall. So if you go across the road there, we've got our lunch building. So thanks for joining me on this tour, and let's go take a look at our Encompass partners.